At this time, invite everyone to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright, at this time, I would entertain everybody's approval of the agenda. Is there any additions to the agenda, Mr. Stepp?
Yes, we'd like to add one item, the approval for renovations at the AEP.
Yes, sir.
We didn't have that till late this afternoon, so
Okay,
didn't have it on the agenda.
we'll put that in after item 4. Is that okay?
Be fine. Thank you.
All right. With that addition, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
All in favor? Unanimous? Okay, now we're looking at the approval of the minutes. I assume that everyone got the minutes? Any questions? Very good. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. All right, moving on to action items. The Family Connections contract for the year 2017. We've been issued and in the work session went over it. Is there any additions to that since we went over it, Mr. Stepp?
No, I would recommend you approve the contract.
Very good. And this, was a 3-year contract, is that correct?
No.
No, it's just a 1-year contract, I'm
Year.
sorry. Yes, sir. All right, thank you. All right, the chair would recognize a approval of the contract for the Family Connections contract on the year 2017.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract for 2017.
A second.
All right, all in favor? Unanimous? Moving on to the principal's quarterly reports.
Yes, sir, well, the principals are here. If you want to look through those, if you have any questions, we'll try to answer them. Ms. Cook, I don't believe is here. She had a orientation for her new 3rd graders for next year tonight, so she couldn't be here, so everybody else is here.
I have a question. Okay. On the primary, the receipts and there was, under the chem classes, there was a $7,500 increase. How did that come about, and what is that?
We were given some money to use for the chem classes, and each teacher submitted a list of items and things that they would need for the rest of the school year, and that totaled up to that amount, and so that was what they had to spend.
Okay, so that was money from the general fund that came to the school, not fundraisers or something like that?
No.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Well, and then my next question was the kindergarten fund.
Okay,
What's that?
that was their field trip. It was money in, money out.
I was just curious. I have a question on middle school. Sorry. Again, it's the PE fund. I'd like to know what is this coming in and coming out, and where the funds came from, please?
That is, they do different, it's actually it's PE, but it's also the sports.
Okay.
And so they do the fundraiser, they essentially stand up when they have the games, but it's also paying for the officials.
could have one for Mr. Hill.
I do, but I don't want to be the only one asking questions. Come on, people. Mr. Hill, you had a pretty large increase in your general fund. Did you have a fundraiser?
No, ma'am.
Where'd your money come from?
Different revenue sources. Part of it's that co-contract. You get $5,000 a year for it,
Good.
so that helped. And that'll be used for purchasing classroom supplies.
Yes.
Let's say good financial management with the principal.
Try to spend the money pretty, try to be pretty tight with the money and spend it where we need it.
What will happen to the balance on the early childhood program at the high school whenever that's, there won't be a balance whenever it's over?
Yeah, because we still have to pay salaries for 2 months yet.
Okay. I was just curious about that item.
Good question.
Have all those children been able to find other options?
Yes, ma'am, the hospital agreed to take them all in. They had a collaborative meeting with the hospital and parents and everything went very well.
Great. As you can guess, some of these questions are just nosy questions, but I will. I figure it's, need to know.
Any more questions about the principal's quarterly reports?
I've got one more story, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Good. All right then. Sheriff, would entertain a motion to approve the principal's quarterly reports as submitted.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. And next item on the agenda is the summer technology program, or projects, I'm sorry. And that was brought to us by Mr. Driscoll earlier.
Large portion of that, about half of it, was due to the school-based technology committees and their reports and their meetings that they had over the last few months. And the Chromebooks, about half of those that are needed for each of the schools to either do a 2-to-1 type initiative or have more Chromebooks per department to be able to distribute. As we get closer and closer, looking at a 1-to-1. It's the first step in the right direction.
Do we have a goal as to what date we may be able to have a 1-to-1?
Well, the biggest challenge we face sometimes is not all teachers are ready for it. Although the kids may be ready, we want to make sure you're not just having a computer in the classroom where a teacher's not going to utilize it. So by getting them out, we get to find out where they're really utilized and use those teachers as mentors for others.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any more questions on the summer technology projects? If not, I would entertain a motion to accept the summer tech projects. Grand total 520 Chromebooks, 17 Chromebook carts, interactive projectors, MacBooks, firewall protection, employee MacBook replacements. Grand total of $219,438.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous. Moving along to item 4 is the Panther Overlook lighting situation that we have up there. Mr. Stepp, you have been back and forth with the EMC, looks like.
We have had some good discussion with them, and they've been very helpful. They gave us the best price by far, really better than we expected. And we recommend that we do the option 3. We have the money, and that's the pay up front, so we don't have any additional costs on our monthly bill where we finance them. And we would also recommend that we didn't do the monthly maintenance cost. That's $740 a month. just do when they ask us, when something tears up, then we'll call and get a service charge on that. And we got the best rate they offer on, the monthly rate, which is $119.22, I think, for 139 lights, I believe. So it's really, and it's LED lights, it's the state of the art, so we feel like we negotiated a pretty good deal.
With a rock clause in the
It does have a
situation,
rock
just to
clause.
make sure
If
that
they get
everybody's.
rocked, then they'll come back to us, and we'll try to mutually figure out the best way to approach it.
I think that's necessary because of the insurance liability in the dark parking lot.
Yeah, it is that, especially that long stair case off the mountain.
Okay. Any questions about the lighting?
And if you would, when you vote on that, would approve option 3, so I can go back with them, so we can get the contract
Yes, sir.
worked out.
With that being said, Chair would recognize a, motion to, pass option 3 of the, Panther Circle Fine Arts Building parking lot lighting as written in our agenda.
The total cost of that, Mr. Chairman, is $123,024,
Correct.
because in addition to the installation cost, there's a $8,574 cost for, underground and 2 3-phase primary junctions because of the distance,
And 39 posts.
and 39.
Okay.
So that totals how much, 124, what was it?
123 and $24. $123,024.
I make a motion that we approve option 3 with a total cost of $123,024.
Any second?
So we're making an adoption on that about the rock thing in that motion?
That would be, they'll cover that in the
That's-
contract.
Contract.
I second.
Okay, all in favor? We're unanimous. Moving on to, the renovations of the AEP up here. Mr. Redford, you said something about the, all the renovations earlier in the work session?
Yes, sir. We're gonna do some painting and some, other work around the building, some concrete work,
The entrance.
entrance to the, you know, inside the building, so it'll be more secure,
Right.
and a receptionist window to, keep people at distance. So, the stuff that's been necessary. The building was built in 1954, and this is the biggest renovation it's had.
And we have a total on that?
$72,500.
And you said half of that's getting paid by somebody else, is that right?
MEC.
Mountain Education Charter High School, we get half that, 'cause they use it at night, so we got a good partnership with them.
All right, thank you very much.
I didn't do the math on that, but $36,250.
$36,250.
That's a good deal.
And the allowances on this, $5,250 on allowances, that's for the repair storm drainage, install aluminum canopy, a patch wall at wood base, is that part of that also?
That's part of that, but there's a contingency of $3,500 in there also.
Okay, thank you.
So we just never approved the $36,250, not the total $72,700.
No.
Well, we approved the 72.7, but we
Yes.
send the bill to Mountain Ed for the
Right.
36.50.
We'll be reimbursed.
Yeah, they'll pay us back.
So we do the whole amount?
Yeah, we will contract for the whole amount, and then we will bill them out for their 50% portion.
I'll make the, well, you asked me, that's right.
Yeah, so at this time, given the stipulations with a $3,500 contingency and MEC taking, on half of the, project's cost, Chair would recognize a motion to approve the renovations of the AEP for $72,500.
But 50% of that will be
But
reimbursed
50%.
by.
72.5 or 72.7?
$72,500 with a $3,500 contingency. That's what,
It's actually 72.7.
72,700? Okay.
I'll make the motion that we,
727.
move forward with the renovations for the amount of $72,700.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous? All right. Okay, now moving on to item 6, I guess now, would be the tentative 2017 budget.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the budget was presented at our last meeting, so at this point, we're ready for your approval. I think we made extra copies too for anybody that wanted to get them, they're over on the table.
Yeah, it'll be in the paper. We'll be voted on officially next month.
I have a question. On the third item down, earnings on investment or deposits at $17,000 on the general fund. If the rate is 0.20% based on the monies that we've had in the account, it should come up to about 26. Is there fees or, are they charging us fees or something?
No, and it goes up and down every time, so I've just done the average of what we've collected every year.
Okay.
And that's not what we collect.
One of the biggest things I'm sure some people are concerned about is on the ad valorem taxes. The general fund's $14 million in revenue. That's consistent with the last 5 years of what's collected.
So there seems to be some growth in the county here in the last year.
Just to give you an idea from a millage rate standpoint, which we won't be doing for a little while, we were at 11,798 in 2011, and in 2012, and in 2013, 2014 it rolled back to 791, 11.791. In 2015 it rolled back to 11,787. So if that trend continues, you kind of get an idea where we may be when we set the millage rate.
So we'll be waiting until next month to approve this budget, or this month, sir?
You approve this month to post, and
The
then
post,
go to
okay.
officially adopt. One thing I do want to mention, in the last legislative session, starting July 1st, there'll be 2 budget hearings every year that boards of education will have to have now. So next year, we'll be having to build that in. So be anticipating that for next year, which means we'll probably start this process much earlier than what we have right now.
Has the board had ample opportunity to review the 2017 budget?
A couple of highlights we do want to put in there. One, of course, is the 3% that every staff member across the board will be receiving. So that's built into this budget. A lot of our staff already get step increases based on the budget that's in here. Also, health insurance costs for our classified staff are going up $100 per month per employee, starting in January. And that's been consistent with the last 5 years. Actually, it was more than $100, but it's been consistent as far as going up.
So we will be voting on the approval of posting this budget, is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah, tentative budget.
post it for 2 weeks.
All right, Chair would recognize a motion for posting the 2017 budget for Union County Schools.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous? Okay, moving on to, I guess, item number 7 now would be personnel recommendations. We went over some of these earlier. Is any member of the board have any questions on any of the personnel recommendations that have been submitted to us?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Be sure that third one is part-time, be sure to note third one down at the top.
Yes, sir.
And be sure we include the, approve the substitutes on the last page too.
Yes, sir.
One of the challenges we get into every year is starting the school year and not having a good sub list. And so it was suggested that we go ahead and try and get a sub list starting now, so that way when school starts, we've got a list that we can get going. So that'll help principals out quite a bit.
Slim in August sometimes. I don't know who
Okay. No, and being as that there is so many, Chair would elect to not read that many names and keep you, not fine folks here for that much longer. The way I'm gonna phrase all this is, Chair would recognize the approval of the subs, the separations, the additional responsibilities, and the new hires for this coming, starting 2016, 8/1/2016 at the most?
No, there's one that's fine.
There's 5/16, yeah, but that's an additional responsibility. Okay, 5, that's the UCLEC. All right, all in favor for the personnel recommendations as stated before?
Make a motion. Somebody make.
Yeah, would anybody, I'm sorry, excuse me, would anybody like to make a motion for all of the personnel recommendations, the new hires, additional responsibilities, the sub list, and the separations as listed before?
I'll make the motion.
Very good, thank you, sir.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? And we're calling that unanimous. There's quite the list if you folks would like to see them. We can provide that for you. That being said, is there anything else, Mr.
That's
Steph?
all the
that
business we
would-
have before the board tonight. Thank you.
Very good. Well, all hearts and minds clear. The chair would recognize a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous.